but explain it to me like I'm a layman on the street. What is collagen then?
Oh, yeah. So collagen is the most abundant protein in the human body. You've got more collagen running through your body than any other protein. Kind of a wild concept because a lot of folks don't even know what collagen is, but it's this protein that's pinging through your body. It is all connective tissue support. So connective tissue. Collagen's the protein that's the glue holding your body together. Hair, skin, nails. That's a lot of your body, right? Especially in your case. And then muscles. This connective tissue of the muscles, your bones, your joints, your intestines, your guts. When I start rattling that off, you're like, oh yeah, man, that's kind of all of me. Well, collagen is naturally produced in the body. And in your early mid-20s, your body turns off that natural production of collagen. So every year after that, maybe at 23, 24, 25, you lose anywhere from 1% to 2% of your collagen stores each year. Like you're just gradually going down. So by the time you're 35, you might be 10 to 15% down on collagen. By the time you're 45, you're 25+% down, up to 30% down on your collagen stores. Well, what folks found early on was actually through taking gelatin and ingesting bone broth, was that you could offset that by exogenously taking collagen. It triggers your body's own production of collagen. It's kind of like the whole creatine thing. Like your body naturally produces creatine, but you need to supplement creatine to keep triggering that production. Similar concept. So here you are, the most abundant protein in your body, but it's shrinking every single year. So if you take collagen, if you're not getting it from your diet, and you take it in powdered form or pill form or pick your form, you're going to tell your body to keep producing it. Well, where's the proof? The proof's in your hair, skin, nails. It's how your body feels. It's how you're interacting. So here I am at 53, eyeballing the gym outside, fired up. And I can tell you that at 45, that would have been scary because I was going to think about how much it was going to hurt afterwards. So I discovered it, and then I got into the science behind it. And I'm like, oh, well, if this is a protein in my body that's depleting, I need to put more of it in me to keep that cycle going. And it's a blend of amino acids that all basically keep your body together like a glue. And it's probably the simplest way I could put it for you.
That's cool, man. That's really cool. And similar, like, because you mentioned, you teased a couple of the ancestral foods that we love here. You mentioned like bone broth, which is really rich in collagen. And, like similar to our products here with the liver and things like that, what we've tried to do is create a product that's convenient for people to get when it's hard to get those things, or they don't know where to source them, or maybe bone broth's not the jam. But also what we've always tried to do, and you tease this a little bit, is like, let's see if we can eat it first. And if we can't eat it, then we can go to the supplement. So what are some real food rich sources of collagen?
So we talked about bone broth, and that's an easy one, but you got to drink a lot of it.
Yeah, it's a lot.
We're talking a lot of bone broth. So if you're good for a half gallon a day or so, like, hey man, let's party. You want to eat a couple pounds of ground beef a day? Yeah. One of the best ways you can get your collagen from all that gristle that's inside of there. If you're down for scraping out some bone marrow, you'll get some collagen out of that. Every time you see things like pickled pig's feet, like that gelatin that comes from that, and Jell-O, like classic
jiggly,
gelatin,
basically,
that's that glue. It's congealing. It's pulling together. So those are hard foods to get in the American diet. Period. Like, hey man, you can eat a whole chicken. Well, eat the bones and add that into your diet, and stew it down and get that bone broth out of it. Some skins and hides, not very tasty, especially if it's not coming from a chicken. And so all of a sudden you're kind of limited. So I would say, if you can eat a bunch of bone broth and a bunch of ground beef every single day, 7 days a week, you're going to check off your protein source, and you're going to get a bunch of collagen in there as well. So collagen, incomplete protein, and then meats, full proteins. So remember, there's a balance there. And I'm more interested in the recovery side of my life and that connective tissue support, so that I can keep getting after it and keep going and going. And I know where to get my full proteins. Like I got that baked in the diet. However, man, this collagen thing's really hard to get in our diet. Like you're not eating tip to tail like we used to. Yeah. That's where supplementation comes in. So what is this powder in the jar? Like what's in a jar of collagen? It's ground up cowhide. It's a little bit of bone tissue and that joint tissue and that extra kind of waste product. It is literally a waste product from the leather industries, from the tanneries, which is awesome because we're upcycling landfill waste that is super rich in these essential amino acids that help you with, all this connective tissue support. So your arginine, your lysine, your glycine. And glycine is my favorite because glycine, there's 4 grams of glycine in every scoop of Bub's collagen. Well, that's directly linked to my joint health. Glycine produces synovial fluid. Glycine has links to your sleep patterns and health. So yeah, give me more glycine, but give it to me in the most natural form possible.
Yeah.
Ground up cowhide, man.
Yeah.
And then the goal there is, well, also, can it be flavorless? And if all this gelatin congeals, which means it's really hard to ingest, can you make one that's super soluble, dissolves well in liquids? And, no collagen is going to dissolve well in a glass filled with ice cubes and water. That's going to congeal. Well, can you put it in a blender and agitate it? If the answer is yes, you're in business. Better yet, it's heat tolerant up to 400 plus degrees. Throw it in a cup of tea, throw it in your oatmeal, throw it in, whatever, throw it over your eggs in the morning and you're there. Like you get it, just 20 grams a day and you are fighting the effects of the aging process.
All right, friends, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Radical Health Radio. We got a fresh new podcast for you every Wednesday. If you enjoyed the show, consider liking, subscribing, reviewing, and rating us on your podcast platform. It helps to spread this message of radical health. We'll see you next week.